What's up? Hi, how are you? I'm back. Let's fucking do this. TikTok, the app that everyone was like, oh, that's so cringy. Oh, you have a TikTok? That's so cringy. And now every asshole and their brother is on this app. So yeah, I figure I'd give my opinion on this because I feel like there's a lot of people out there who say they know exactly how the algorithm works and this is what you have to do, get famous quick. I'm gonna be honest, I think that a lot of these people who say they know how the algorithm works, I think that they have no idea how the algorithm works. In fact, I don't think anyone knows how the algorithm works except for people who actually work at TikTok. So going forward, just take this video with a grain of salt. This is just, in my opinion, through my experiences. I've been on this app for, I think, like 9 months now, or 10 months, something like that. So what I want to get into first is the For You page. So when you post a video, it gets shown to a certain amount of people, right? Now, depending on how they react to that video, that basically determines how well your video does. So let's say it goes to the first group of people and it gets a lot of likes and shares and comments. Once it starts doing well in that first group of people, it'll get spread out to even more people, and then it'll actually have a better chance of doing really well, if not going viral. But what happens sometimes is if it gets pushed out to that first group of people and it doesn't do well at all, it's really hard for that video to actually come back. So a lot of the times if the video doesn't do well in the first hour, it's probably not going to do well at all. Very rarely I've seen where one of my videos has, like, you know, a couple days later or like even a week later it started doing well and I just didn't even realize it. But again, that's like very rare. Usually you could tell if a video is going to do well within like the first hour or 2 hours that it's actually posted. That's how the whole engagement thing works. Basically, once a video gets posted, it gets shared to a small group of people, and depending on how they react to it, if they like it, it gets shared to even more people, and then it kind of just snowballs effects from there. But if it doesn't do well in that first group, the video basically dies out and it just doesn't do well, and there's a very rare chance that it'll actually pick up again. So the one thing that I definitely want to touch on a little bit was how to actually grow your account, okay? Because I feel like this is the big question, is how do I grow my account? How do I get followers, okay? There's a couple things that'll actually help you a lot. One of them is pay attention to the bigger pages, okay? A lot of those people, they just do these really trendy videos, they use the sounds, and I think I've heard before that if you use certain like popular trending sounds, your video is more likely to be pushed out to even more people, but I don't know how true that is because I've tried this before and I didn't really see a difference. So I mean, maybe sometimes it works, but there are definitely been times where it did not work for me at all, so it's a hit or a miss. I personally think that the algorithm is very random, okay? And that's the one thing that sucks, is like, you could have a really good video, but if it gets shared to like the wrong group of people in that first group and they don't like it, it's not going to do well. And that sucks because you could spend a lot of time and effort on a video just for it to get shown to like people who wouldn't really like it, and then it doesn't do well, and that sucks. There have definitely been times where I've recorded like a 10-second video and I was like, yeah, this video is terrible, there's nothing to it, but it's done really well. Like one of my last videos that I did, it was like a 10-second video. It was just me in my bathroom like saying something stupid. I think that video is now at like 50,000 views or something stupid. So it's like, you know, sometimes you really don't know what's going to do well and what's not, you know, and that's the thing that sucks, is like sometimes you could tell if a video is going to do well, but a lot of the times it's very random. I've done that so many times now where I've worked really hard on a video and then it just failed miserably, and yeah, it's definitely a little upsetting. So yeah, moving on, pay attention to the bigger pages, okay? Just use that trend, but put your own personal like spin on it. I think that's one of the most important things on there, is how you can take a trend and kind of put your own spin on it. And having original content definitely helps out, especially if it's good, but you definitely want to throw in some trend videos every now and then just to keep up on things, because I feel like if you do them right and it's really good content and it's good quality, it'll probably do well. Another thing I think is really important is the actual quality of your video. Your message in the video could be really good, but a lot of the times, like if the quality is really bad, people don't really give it a chance, and it kind of sucks because your message could be really good, but if you don't have really good lighting, it's not going to do too well because it doesn't pop as much. One of the main things about this app is you really want your video to pop out. So you always want to make sure that your lighting is really good and that you're not like quiet in your video, and make sure the volume is up. My camera just died midway through this video, so I'm sorry about that. Alright, so back to what I was saying before. You always want to make sure that your quality is very high. It's like making a first impression. You always want to have good lighting, and you always want to have really good audio in your videos. As soon as people scroll onto your video and they see it for the first time, like you want something that really captures their attention. You want to be talking loud enough to grab their attention, and you want all the lighting to be good. So yeah, that's definitely like one of the most important things, is just like your quality. And another thing with quality is like, this was something that I really like had a problem with. The way that I would post on there is I would just post a lot. Like sometimes I was posting like 4 or 5 videos a day, but they weren't good videos. Like I wasn't taking the amount of time that I should have been taking and actually making good quality videos. I was just like recording whatever and just posting it. And I realize now, like, just doing that is just wasting a lot of time. Unless you're really established and you could just make bullshit videos like that people are gonna like anyway, it's just not gonna work. This is something I struggled with and I should have done earlier, was just spend more time on my videos and just make sure the quality was actually really good. I think that my problem was like, I was just posting videos for the sake of posting it, just to like get it out there. And really what I should have did was take a little bit more time and like ask myself like, okay, is this video actually really good? Is this what people want to see? Is it going to do well? You have to be a little harsh on your videos, like as far as critiquing them. Like you have to really ask yourself like, okay, is this good? Because if you're really trying to get noticed on there, you're gonna have to really ask yourself and be honest, like, is this video good? Is the quality good? Like, is the message that I'm saying in here, am I speaking clearly? Like, you just gotta make sure the quality is definitely there so that it actually has a chance of getting out there and getting you a lot of likes and people to follow you. That's definitely one thing I struggled with. I should have posted a little less, but made sure that the quality of them was really good. So that's one thing that I definitely recommend, is just take your time with them. Again, this is something that's weird because like a lot of people will say, oh, you have to post all the time, you have to post multiple times a day. But then again, I see other people who also have millions of followers who post maybe like, 3 times a week, and they still get so many likes and views on their profile, so it's like they're still doing well. But then again, there are also people who, they also have millions of followers, but they'll post 3 to 5 times a day, and they'll still, every single video will still do really well. So it just goes back to the quality of your video, is it actually like worth watching? And finally, one of the most important things in my opinion is going back to what I was saying before, like putting your own twist on trending videos, is just not being afraid to let your personality really show. I think that if you could show people that you are confident in who you are and you have a very strong personality and you show everyone, I think that it's going to really attract a lot of people, and you're going to have a better community on there because it's going to be people who actually know you, and you're going to have a much better relationship with your audience, and it's just, you're going to actually develop people who care about you rather than people who just like your video because you look good or because some shallow reason. It's going to be people who actually care about your content, and those are the people that you're more likely to be able to say, hey, go follow me on Instagram, or hey, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. And another thing too is like, make sure you're replying to people in your comments, or at least liking their comments, just to let them know that you see them, Even if it's like 3 people that are commenting on your video, like it's still nice to actually show them like, hey, I see your comment, I appreciate that you commented on that, When you see one of your favorite creators on there and you comment on their video and then they like it or they even respond to your comment, like it feels pretty good. Like to know that, like, wow, they actually saw my comment and they responded. Like it gives you a pretty good feeling because you feel noticed by them. So definitely like always respond to people on there. I think that that's one of the most important things for actually building a meaningful community on there. I think that those are 2 of the biggest things. Don't be afraid to show your personality and just respond to people on there. Let them know that you see them and that you appreciate them commenting on their video, because if you don't like show them any appreciation, like they're not going to care about you. That's one thing I definitely learned from day one, is like I always try to make sure I'm responding to everyone's comment or at least liking them, because it definitely goes a long way. Like I know how much it means for me when I comment on like one of my like favorite creators on there. If I comment on their video and they even like it, like it just feels good because I'm like, oh wow, they saw it, So it's kind of nice. It might sound a little silly, but it definitely works. So yeah, just like a quick recap, pay attention to trends, put your own spin on them, focus on your quality. Always make sure that the quality of your videos is very good, okay? Because if it's not, people, they're not going to look at it, and it's going to be really hard to actually succeed if your quality is not really good. And then finally, like, just don't be afraid to be you. And I know that sounds like very cliche, but things are usually cliche for a reason. Like, be yourself. Don't be afraid to really show your personality on there, because I think that that's what's really going to attract people, because they're going to see how authentic you are. And then lastly, just respond to people, okay? Just let them know that, hey, I see you and I appreciate your comment. Alright, so I think that's it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you are not. It helps out. Turn on those notifications so you do not miss these videos, okay? And I will see you in the next one.